Okay, I just want to say कि as a compromise, why don't we have the national language Mandarin? I mean, it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter. Over to Sharda, who's the anchor for the day.
Am I the anchor? No, Ayaz is the anchor. You're the anchor.
All right, all right. Mr. Rajiv Sardesa is going on talking while we're on stage and not showing any respect. It's a cricket conversation we're trying to have. Okay. We'll try to keep it as interactive as possible. People are tiring. There's no food. You're not even paying attention. Everybody's on their phone. I don't know what this whole conference is about here. Sir. Ayaz will kick it off. The topic is, I don't even know the topic, cricket.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you say is the topic. So,
well, my topic, which Rajiv and I also discussed, is Test cricket. I don't want to sound like a really old man, but you know, watching the BGT, watching in New Zealand beat us at home, and just recently, and now of course this very gripping Test series in England. I can't understand how anyone can turn away from red ball cricket, and just how fascinating it is, and just how much fun it is, and all the combinations and permutations of 5-day cricket and all that goes into setting up a batsman, taking a wicket, waiting for a change in wicket, having different combinations and variations just to deal with one person or one sort of batting partnership. I mean, with due respect to T20, it's, you know, it's there and it's playing its role, but the poetry of Test cricket and the fun that we have watching a good Test series, even Australia, West Indies, which nobody actually watched, low-scoring matches, bad wickets, but it was fabulous to see the ball dominating. It was just, for me, I'm really happy with the last 12 months of cricket.
fascinating Test cricket. And you mentioned West Indies versus Australia. 3 matches which West Indies could have won. They lost all 3, including getting bowled out for 27. The interesting stat now, Sharda and Cyrus, is that India and the West Indies have both played 11 Test matches. The last 11 Test matches, both have won only 2 matches each.
Oops.
And therefore, no, what I'm saying is that, you know, it's how do you get the West Indies back to the level that we knew them is really the big question for the ICC to consider and cricket lovers like us. So India, despite this kind of fairly dismal record against Australia, New Zealand last year, we lost 2 in the series, the richness of Indian cricket is evident in the talent and the talent pool we have. While the West Indies, when they find bowlers, they don't have batsmen. When they have few batsmen, they don't have bowlers. So how do you get little parity restored for Test cricket to thrive?
One thing we can do is allow some of our Indian cricketers who can't get into the middle order, batsmen at the moment, to play for the West Indies. I can immediately think of 3 names who are struggling to get in. I think Karun Nair deserves a few more chances. I'm not happy with 3 tests. So send him off to Barbados.
Send him off to Barbados?
No, I think Karun Nair deserves more chances. 7 years means you have to at least like.
I think they'll play him in Manchester.
14
I think 4 tests is what he'll get, and then we'll see.
Yeah. No, what you're saying about West Indies and about Test cricket, I just want to know if there are people in the audience who are Test cricket fans. Please raise your hand. Okay, now look at the numbers, Cyrus.
Only in business class. See, now you can see Test cricket is for the sophisticated. But if you look at the younger generation, no disrespect.
They're not even listening to us. What are they going to watch Test cricket?
Yeah, I don't know why they're here.
Okay, T20, put up your hands. All those love T20.
T20 fans.
There's one gentleman who's a pretty young man in the second row.
Yes.
Obviously influential, politician's son. That's fine, no problem. You're a Test cricket lover? And you follow Test cricket, not just India. Every match. Oh, that's great. So there's hope, yeah? See? And how old are you? 16. You have your Aadhaar card. How do you know he's 16? You look 25, Papa, but you look great. Great to know. He's got a beard, yeah? I still don't have a beard. Rajiv doesn't have a beard.
He just played under 19 cricket here.
Oh, he's played under 19 cricket. Yeah. Are you Shahid Afridi's cousin? Shahid Afridi is still playing under 19, as far as we know.
No, so.
But that's great, Shraddha. That 16-year-old is.
They called out the Legends match, India versus Pakistan in England.
Right.
Because they said Shahid Afridi is only 17, so he can't be a legend now.
Yeah.
No, so
he's a legend, but off the field now.
I'm just saying that we have to figure out how to work out this Test cricket because IPL and 2020 is not going anywhere.
Are you going to go to the 2-tier system here?
I don't like the 2-tier system.
I hate the 2-tier system because your Sena countries in India will play 1-tier.
You're just becoming lazier than normal.
No, but what happens to the great teams like West Indies and Pakistan? We grew up with these great legendary cricketers from these 2 countries. They will just disappear.
They play against each other to qualify for the next
It will become like a B-grade tournament.
No, that is a nonsense. Anyway, it's such a small 10 countries play, 12, whatever, 11, what the current number is.
What's your panga with IPL and T20?
I have no panga with IPL and T20. Every time it comes, I said I have to write 3 columns on this somehow. This is my 3 columns. I've got to think of something. I look at it very anthropologically. I love T20 internationals. I can watch any, if you have World Cups of T20, 3 World Cups of T20 I'll watch in the year.
But
But
not the
IPL I have a problem.
Why?
Because it's
This is a very
top
leftist
volume.
seminar and she's against corporate India, so I totally understand where she's coming from. IPL represents corporate India, so and they have corporatized the game and taken away from us, me and this young 16-year-old gentleman who looks 25, because as romantics we want the game to be controlled by the audience and not by the corporate world, which is what you're
But I
talking
think
about.
IPL is just too much of a too much. No, it's like eating too much. It's just too much. It goes on. And they're going to have 90 matches. We'll never recover. I don't know how many columns. I'll
Also,
get out
owners
it.
of teams without taking
But
names who
the-
tell
the-
cricketers how to play, which is a
Yeah,
little odd.
the season is going to expand, you know.
Yeah, 90
Ni-
games.
90 games. In fact, they're looking at a model which is like the football calendar, you know. So you have 6 months.
So now you please tell me the people who are now going to run ICC, including its respectable CEO and chairman, who have created this massive, or have been party to this massive behemoth that is IPL. How are they going to think of West Indies and where it is in the world? Please tell me that.
But, you know, market forces, no? If more people want T20, what do you
Cyrus,
do? Or the
Ayaz is saying
IPL?
market forces, we are dead.
Look, the world changes. We can't be those old angry people, apna zamana mein ye wo and all that. Don't want to be that. We understand that T20 has to play a role. T20 will play a role. And it's taken cricket forward. More people are watching because of T20.
Yeah.
So we can't deny all that. But I'm just saying that it's like Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, sir. They're just two different houses. I mean, you can't really, what happens in Lok Sabha is very different to Rajya Sabha. The canteen is better in the Rajya Sabha. Nothing.
So Sharda, interesting.
Nothing.
Cyrus, I mean, countries like the West Indies, when I say countries, I mean the team, West Indies cricket team, New Zealand, Sri Lanka to an extent, they depend a lot on financial resources or muscle which comes from the IPL to them because their players participate. Otherwise,
That's
New
not their
Zealand-
only source of income.
No, I mean, this is a substantial amount of money. I mean, West Indies cricket today actually is still alive as much as it is because a lot of their players are playing in the IPL or leagues all over.
And the young players see as a path that they can go ahead and. I think
One second. Since you want to discuss West Indies in detail, and me and Rajdeep are West Indians by nature, I am from the west of India, so technically I am a West
When
Indian.
you said West Indies by nature, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, man. We like the nightlife. But no, just look at the amount of West Indians who've retired early from international cricket. Nicholas Puran, case in mind, one of the great talents of his generation, could have been a great test match player from all accounts. Gone at 29. I don't want to play. So
Andre Russell has played one match,
Andre
one
Russell-
test match.
The next Gary
15
Sobers,
years
one
back.
test match.
One test match.
There you go.
my thing is that there is money in cricket. And that money needs, if you want to protect test cricket or your little, make test cricket like the boutique, whatever.
We can't force
the
people to
upper
like
house.
it, no?
Yeah, but if you have a cycle
Like
that's
classical
running.
music, that
like
kind of
classical
an
and
audience.
opera.
Opera.
Exactly.
Please
So
tell
in
us about
classical
opera.
music, my dad,
Please, yeah.
I'll tell you, my dad who's no longer with us. I don't know heaven or hell because you're atheist now. Not sure where. Possibly Peshawar. Food is good. No. So he used to say, why do you want people to listen to classical music? Don't encourage them. We don't want them. You like it, you like it. I don't want to force you to like it. I don't want to impose Hindi on you. I don't impose music on you. You like it, great. You don't like it, buzz off. Listen to what you want to. So for me, I don't care that people don't like test match cricket. But sadly, will that be a problem as in will
It
we
will be
on
like
the stage?
classical music stopping. You don't want
But
classical
you
music to
can't
stop,
force
no?
people. The whole generation is growing up. They don't read. They haven't read all the great writers, Jim Arlett, Neville Carter's, Ken Prabhu. The whole world has changed, right? So we don't have that. We grew
Now I'm
up.
going to do a political type topi and say that in India, though, I have to say you come across like this young man here, aged under 16.
But he's a rare diamond.
No, of course he's a diamond. But you'll always find people like this, and you'll find them at a younger age. I'm running into like 20-year-olds, early 30-year-old guys saying, I do not like IPL. I watch Test cricket. So you'll come across these people. There are pockets, and there are these people there that want to see Test cricket. You
Yeah.
need to be able to
You know,
have enough of
interestingly,
them.
What she's saying is right. The largest audience for the Ashes, England versus Australia, is from India. The number of people who follow the Ashes,
That's
Test
because
cricket.
The
is
birth
from-
control program didn't go the way it should have. You know what I mean?
No.
It's more to do with that. We just have the numbers.
Yeah, we've got the numbers.
bit of
So
a
I mean, out of
falsification to say-
out of 140 crore, if even 5 crore follow Test cricket seriously enough, diligently enough, that's more than what England and Australia and New Zealand
But
put
Ayaz,
together.
just look at the passion for us growing up, where we would listen to SW3 early morning for Australia, late night, early morning for West Indies.
Now we
would
just switch
sleep-
on the TV.
No, now I turn to television, or now you've got to get to fan code and things like that and pay money. It's not scary. It's quite scary, the whole business. But my point is that will you give that kind of time and attention to test matches like the
You have to
generation
ask young
before?
people.
Sorry?
You have to ask young people whether they'll give
Wait, so
that
we have
time
to
and
ask, we should have
attention.
called him on stage. We are like three old people, Amar Akbar, Anthony, reruns. Yeah, what's your name, sir? आप कौन है, sir? Jamal bhai?
But Cyrus, 3 test matches we've seen this summer in England, at Headingley, at Edgbaston, and at Lords. All 3 test matches, all days
Good houses.
packed,
Yeah.
and largely 80% Indians.
But they're saying no now in the first test match. Where was the first test match?
Headingley.
Headingley. They said there were no Indians because Virat and Rohit have gone.
No,
I think that's a bit shoddy and like it's a bit.
I think there was, I mean, and the number of people following the game, including you, me, and her in India, following that.
Also, Ayaz, I think you said something that's broken my heart. Nowhere in the world is there a concept like no Indians. I try to travel. I tell the travel agent, can you show me a place where there are no Indians so we can go there and not see our own people? But there's no bloody place left. Rajiv, what is this nonsense? Indians everywhere. Bring them back. Ghar wapas, see what happened. Bring them back here. They're just wandering around the world, irritating people. We have to bring them back. So, frankly...
Breaking cues.
Yeah.
What he's saying is just not cricket now, huh?
No. See, I'll tell you. We are the market. I don't deny that. We are whether we are Desis abroad or here, we are the market just by numbers. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Where-
let us not behave like doing dadagiri.
numbers?
that
Yeah,
we
so,
do.
so the whole imposition, that you
dadagiri
can
we
use
should
that as a metaphor, the Hindi imposition is the
Exactly.
same thing here.
Exactly.
We can't just jump on people's throat and say, now you do it this way, that way, and play cricket for the
No,
three
no,
big
you're
countries.
not getting
There
what
is
I'm saying.
enough in numbers are enough. You don't need to impose anything on anybody. I mean, there
I'm
are
saying we
genuine
should not do
lovers of Test
dadagiri.
cricket.
As usual, the ladies' point of view is different from mine. This hasn't changed since college, so I'll let her
I'm
speak.
saying, so India does in cricket what is called dadagiri.
Dadagiri.
Dadagiri. I mean, we are ruling ICC, so we will now rule world cricket, and whatever we say will go. And
Are you,
everyone
are
like
you
a chamcha
discussing
will
the
go.
fact that we played all our matches in the last T20 World Cup in one
Exactly.
ground
Exactly.
while everybody else went up and down, including poor New Zealand who went up and down for nothing in the semi-finals?
So the whole Champions
Champions
Trophy.
Trophy, sorry, Champions. Oh,
Whatever it-
well played, Sardesai. Late cut, huh? Beautiful, to the fence.
No, ये तो होता है ना. I mean, the World Cup earlier used to be held only in England till India broke that dadagiri.
Yeah, but
of
then
the
you don't have to
MCC.
behave like the English and the
Huh,
Australians.
I'm
no?
just saying it happens when you have the power and the absolute power. Then these things
Now
happen.
we are in a modern world. Colonization hopefully is over.
Yes.
But as one historian, to make this a serious discussion, said that basically cricket is a game of empire. So the empire started it, and now another financial behemoth, a marketing empire is running it again.
Well, look at it this way. The British brought a lot of things into India, including cricket, roads, bridges, some of them, and also parliament, sir. And we've spun it our own way. Everything has been spun the Desi way, for better or for worse. Yeah.
Empire का तो पता नहीं, लेकिन umpires also have become defunct. Now, I mean, you can put a DRS and say, umpire, I don't agree with him. So, show me again.
Correct. So my whole thing is that now that we are in charge of cricket, let's run it with a little class. Let's not run it like gundas, or mobocracy. You know?
No, so are we going to rush out and say save Test cricket and all this? People treat Test cricket like the Parsis, like it's just going to disappear. I don't think you should do that. I personally feel it's a connoisseur sport, and I don't care how many people watch it. Because say Ayaz, you and me are at a bar, I don't drink anymore.
That
But
that
we will
brings-
discuss cricket and we will enjoy our little tribe and we will really love it, and that's the way it should be. Whether it's literature, or it's opera, or it's poetry, or it's anything refined.
I think what's crucial is how do we get more Parsis amongst us again? Now, tell us. Give
That's
us
a
solution.
breeding program which I think is slightly non-vegetarian. I don't want to discuss it here. It's not the right place.
So what you're saying is right about, but the thing is with classical music, with literature, with whatever, it will still endure. If Test cricket dies, then what happens? So because it could die, but what is the point of only India, England, and Australia playing each other? It's too boring.
But
Yeah.
there's no relevance now if mighty Australia plays Zimbabwe and the match ends in 1.5 days.
Sharda, at the
No,
best
you
of
should-
times, you had 8 countries, 9
But
countries.
8 is still better than 3, no?
Yeah, but you got New Zealand, somewhere you got Pakistan, and
don't play
Bangladesh
only,
and Sri
yeah.
Lanka. We are not playing.
No, so the Sena countries and India are like on another level now with red ball. And let's face it, we look at the scores for the last 5 to 7 years at least. So it's a little difficult. West Indies and Pakistan seem to have slipped a little bit. No doubt about that. They're in the middle. And then you've got Bangladesh who flattered to deceive but have gone nowhere with red ball.
But
If
they
you're-
still are enthusiastic.
They're enthusiastic, but the point is we want
You
contests.
must drive the
But
enthusiasm.
Sharda, we need contest. Sport is about contest, right? You want to see like, Nadal versus...
I think a bigger slice of the
Of the
pie
pie.
needs to be
shared.
shared with these countries which need to nurture and succor Test cricket or
Mr.
cricket.
Kalla, these are anti-India forces. Want to give away our money. Apna paisa, apna business hai bhai. Our people are
See,
putting
now
money
you are
on it.
talking like this.
I'm just going both ways, yeah, bro. You know how it is. You have to survive the country.
पैसा sport का है ना.
हाँ.
Ultimately, you try and look at it in a slightly more enlightened way. That how do you promote the sport?
No, man, but my
I mean,
one-
for
Sport is
years,
so great, why are stadiums so shit?
Sharda, for decades we fought against getting cricket into the Olympics. We said, no, what will happen to us? Including the MCC also fought. But now that cricket is getting into the Olympics, everybody wants to do T10, T5, T20,
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. That's a different, that's like a
Correct.
subtext, a subset by
But
itself.
you have to expand the horizons of cricket, get more countries into the fold.
That's
Hopefully
T20.
some
Please
will
play.
start
Yeah.
playing.
But
Test
yeah,
cricket.
that's the one side of cricket which is going okay. And the T10s and the T5s and the 6-ball match or whatever the hell they want to do, that's fine. We're talking about red ball cricket and where it's going to go 10 years from now. And the point is two problems. One is money, etc., and trying to push the countries up, the lower countries. But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is if there's no contest, no one will watch. A lot of people won't watch. So that's the problem.
So the problem is really, I mean, Zimbabwe, I'm just naming a country.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe forget about Zimbabwe versus India with the largest cricketing audiences.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe versus Australia or England.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
Yeah, but
I mean, Australia is not even deigning to play.
What somebody says that actually India goes to a lot of these countries and then of course we stand on
Therefore,
pulpit
you
like
get-
therefore they get some money and
Get some
people
money.
watch. That the Indian team plays much more than the others like Australia,
The money
England.
is
or
following
whatever.
the Indian team, and therefore it helps Zimbabwe or
That
whichever
is a true
West
fact.
Indies.
I think two Zimbabweans are walking out in disgust. They're very angry. Guys, just tell them, sir जी वापस आइए सर. ये sensitive बातें हैं भाई. वापस आइए. Don't go. पीछे गया. ठीक है. Ticket नहीं है आपके पास. ठीक है. बैठो. As usual, some family function. They just thought they'd walk in. शर्मा की शादी बाहर है. This is coming to our thing. All right, so no, so coming back, my only issue is that I'm just worried that test matches will become less and less, when actually in the last 1 year, if you look at the quality tests, and Ayaz will either correct me or whatever, if you just look at our three big series, BGT, New Zealand, and India, beating us in India, I went to Wankhede on the day they finished it in 1.5 hours, so money well spent. And this is a dogfight, whether you like it or not. Forget what the result is.
Yeah.
It's a dogfight. In fact, the second test we won easily. The first and third, they just nipped us.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good cricket. If you just forget your jingoism and all that,
Yeah.
as a cricket lover, good cricket is going on. You know, Ben Stokes is bowling that last bit. Rishabh Pant batting with a broken finger, you know, in the third innings.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the stories, the romance. I grew up in Gordon Greenwich while his daughter's dying in a hospital in Barbados. You know, they put on that 296 partnership, Haynes and him. And only as she passes away, he goes back. I get tears thinking of it now.
Malcolm Marshall bowled with
Malcolm
a
Marshall
fractured
bowling.
hand.
Keith Miller with
Kumble-
two bullets in
Kumble
his back.
were bowling with
with a
his
fractured jaw. So, you know, all these
fractured jaw and-
tales of warriors and, you know, great.
Because it lasts for such a long time, memories stay longer.
No, you as a writer also, you enjoy all this, no? Because you've got to conjure a
Fabulous.
story out of all this. And if the cricket comes second.
Absolutely. I mean, like when India played in that bizarre series in Australia where everyone kept getting injured and the team kept changing and all,
Yes.
that was just the most enjoyable
Yeah.
thing to watch. Unfortunately, because of COVID, there were no crowds, but every day we'd get up at 5
What a
o'clock and
great
say,
series.
what madness is going to happen today? You know, it's complete madness. So, and when there's a test match on, it like occupies your whole mind and your whole day. All the time you're thinking, you're doing work, but you're thinking,
You know, Sharda,
okay,
in
what
the
time is
old days
first
when we were growing up, you waited for 6-8 months for a series to come because you
God,
would
I
know.
thought he thought about
Right
children
now-
or something. Because that scared me for a minute. Took a reference of 6 to 8 months. Ayaz, calm down. We're old now. Our contribution to society is over.
74, 75, Clive Lloyd's team to come to India to play India, you waited in anticipation, you know. Not knowing what Viv Richards and Gordon Greenwich were all about, or Andy Roberts, but the West Indies coming to India, or Garfield Sobers' team.
I've just got a very brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Because like our great, you're saying that the largest viewership of Ashes is India. So the largest test match fans in the world will also be from India. No matter that whatever the crowd is in England or whatever, you cannot compete with 600 million people or whatever it is. So you need to make sure that India's test cricket goes on it happens series by series and you're able to have regular series in a way and without this dirty sort of hum jeetenge aapke, you know, the third rate kind of broadcasting ads and all they do, little more quality to show that this is what this test
The
cricket
2 years
is. And
You know, like the
market it properly.
partisan slogan here.
World Test Championship is a
It's a
very
good
good
idea.
idea. But right now, for instance, all teams are not playing. All test playing teams
Also,
are
there's
not
so many
participating.
issues with that. The South Africa qualification, all matches at home,
Yeah,
weaker
so, I mean,
teams,
yeah,
blah
so
blah blah.
that, you know, there's a
That can be
lacuna
sorted
that
out.
needs to be
Yeah.
sorted out.
Yeah.
But I take the point. If India is such a big attraction and it can support, then there should be, you know,
Make sure that there are teams coming. Make sure that you're able to play. If suppose there's a weaker team, you just play a different 11 little bit, thoda sa with some.
Australia has never played Afghanistan.
It's ridiculous.
You know, it's
And
not-
they've got
not
away
like
by saying that, oh,
Afghanistan.
BCCI is
But
evil.
Afghanistan is a test playing
But twice
country.
Afghanistan has almost landed in Australia because of Taliban policies, etc.
Yes,
They have,
yes.
so it's a political issue more than them not
Correct.
playing. They were willing to play, but then the boards and the government
Fact
didn't.
is that they haven't played. So therefore, all countries are not getting enough representation in Test cricket. That really is the issue, isn't it? I mean, it's restricted to 4 or 5 countries.
But I'm only worried that what we're seeing in England at the moment are two really good teams at their throats. You know,
And they're not like the great bowling attack or it's all young
no,
batters.
it's like Fraser
new
Ali. You know,
it's just crazy.
you want to watch the best go at each other. That's what it is best. So with Test cricket, we've got that option. See, I don't remember IPL matches more or less. There are just too many, and they hit you, and you vaguely
Yeah, but
remember one shot of
that's
Surya
the nature
Kumar.
of the beast, T20. You know, how much can you remember? How much can you
Rajib,
recall?
your phone is ringing.
I think, I think.
Sir, ले लो. ये खास
we
discussion
need
तो
to
नहीं है.
ask
We are just
for
wasting time.
questions, Otherwise, you need to ask if there are any questions.
Oh, sorry. Are there any questions? हाँ जी. Umar, Aadhaar card, PAN card, and income tax reference. हाँ.
अभी सब देना पड़ेगा
देना पड़ेगा सर और तमीज से बात करो.
नहीं।
उमर भी एक चीज है. हाँ.
वो बिहार में आधार वो रजिस्ट्रेशन हो रहा है ना इलेक्शन के लिए तो मैंने सोचा यहाँ पर भी
Rajiv has a question.
Okay.
राजीव, ये साइड बार, सर जी.
Can I?
He's asking.
Oh, he's asking. Sorry.
I was just asking a question, sir. You mentioned that you know regarding the test match that there is the biggest in numbers is Ashes from India, from whether it is between England and Australia. I think the number just don't tell the story about just for the liking of the game. I think that there is other part to it. People are watching for betting. There are a lot of people in this country who are
Also possible.
Yeah,
Also
they-
possible.
they are doing.
But सर जी वो T20 या 50 ओवर या टेस्ट
हाँ,
मैच
for-
में बहुत को फर्क नहीं होगा ना.
So-
They're betting
so-
on
so
all.
No, there is no holy purpose with which you're watching. You're watching because you're watching.
No, so that's my point. It's not just for the liking of the game that they
Fair,
like
fair.
test match that they are watching.
And you're right because cricket is about betting and bowling. So
Yeah,
it's a good point.
yeah, that's. Thank you.
No ball.
Okay, I'll tell you one more story.
Rajiv has a question.
No, I was just, since it's journalism, I want to ask both of the our learned friends who've been there for years, who've been doing this for years. You all were in the era of print, where there was no television. Now you have live television, you have the
Social media.
live stream available.
Just because you're on TV, Rajdeep, doesn't mean you can beat the written
No,
word.
1 minute,
It's
1
not
minute.
He
one
still
minute.
writes a column.
No. In fact, on news channels, they have stopped sports shows.
Yeah.
Most news channels have even stopped sports shows because they believe all sports watchers are going to watch it on sports channels. All the talent is available in terms of the cricketers are all available on the main news channel, on the main sports channels. How does that then change the whole ecosystem for journalism? If there were young people here who wanted to become sports journalists today, can you really create a career out of sports journalists, or do you have to necessarily now move to comment? The only space available is some kind of live commentary or creating these websites that talk about cricket. So has cricket become principally a audio-visual medium or sport in general, where the idea of writing about it, reflecting about it, the space has completely shrunk?
With due respect, Mrs. Sadesai, that's not just cricket alone which is suffering this, what you're talking about. Because reading and writing itself as a skill seems to have been eroded
No,
slightly.
just to answer Rajdeep's question, I think technology has
Yeah.
opened up new vistas. For instance, you can blog. You know, whether people read it or not, you build up your readership base. That's text. You can put up videos on your Twitter handle or on your Insta. You may not be part of the mainstream channel which broadcast rights are with them. You can't do that. You can't be part. And also in TV journalism, as you know, politics has bumped off everything else from mainstream television. Certainly sports. There used to be sports shows every day, maybe multiple sports shows every day. That has now become history. But it also means that there are options available for younger people, the websites, new technology, new platforms, the digital space. I think it's difficult, it's tough navigating that, but you can do it, and you know, there are.
Yeah, but things like Insta, I get all my information from Insta. For example, Yuzi Chahal's divorce, I got it from Insta. So everything is too much. Just put your hand out if it's a no ball. So I mean, the technology has changed the game completely. And if you, I don't know if you follow some of these younger bloggers, that gentleman, young KD, 16 years old, he could do something like that. They take you through a test match also in a really short span. they have 3 key moments or whatever, and they just present it themselves, and there's nothing much, no fanfare in the background. But maybe if I was a younger kid, I would listen to that guy instead of turning into the news channel, the sports channel, with a slightly more pundit approach to it, etc. So, I mean, you can't, this is the way of the world. What can we do? I hate it, but what can we do?
As a person who just deals largely in writing, I was just having a discussion in this morning. I said, you know, we've had these great cricketers, MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and their replacements come so quickly, so that people don't, other than images and pictures and their Insta, people who are 15 years old now, they have no idea what Dhoni was and what he did, other than the fact, it's the written word that gives you it's almost like you put a mile marker down and say this is who he was and this is what he did. And that is becoming more and more absent, and it's not there because there's no place to publish something.
There's a frame of reference and perspective which has been hit out of the park.
No, I'm saying, what are you worried about this generation? When Sehwag and Rahul Dravid came close to 413, Pankaj Roy and...
Sehwag.
He didn't know who Vinu
Vinu
Mankar was.
Vinu
Yeah.
Rahul Dravid asked him,
But that's
the
because
record is
Sehwag was Sehwag. Sehwag didn't come from a big city.
No, I'm saying, but the last 20 or 25 years, that sort of...
But we don't write for Sehwag. We write for readers.
True, but I'm saying a lot of people are like that now.
Yeah.
Because 2 generations of that has passed by. So stop writing. Only write in the male urinal. And I always write, give me space. Because Indian men, when you go to pee in a public urinal, even if it's 12 empty cases, they'll come and stand next to you. You just feel lonely and insecure. Only in India, bro. You go abroad, nobody wants to stand next to you. But here, it's always... I'm sorry to divert. Let's get back to cricket. Yeah?
Any more questions?
That young man, poor fellow, huh?
Sir, can Indian team try Shreyas Iyer?
Sorry?
Ken?
Shreyas Iyer.
You want Shreyas in the middle order, but who will you drop?
Karunaya.
You drop Karuna
After some time, he didn't do.
after some time.
What's more likely to happen? What's more likely to happen is that Karun Nair might make way for Dhruv Jurel, because Rishabh Pant is injured and may not keep wickets, but
how will
he'll
he
play as a
feel
batsman.
with that broken finger? Because he has,
No. He's going to play as a batsman.
but he has to field.
That's
Which is
okay.
equally bad, no, for the finger, stopping hard stops, etc., taking catches.
He's
Give him
more
some
crucial
corner.
as a wicket keeper.
Fair, but I'm
And
just
you,
saying,
you need him as a batsman.
if the finger's broken, he shouldn't play at all.
That's it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that it looks like.
Sorry,
this
we've
is-
stolen the question and started fighting. That's what happens. Yeah. But Shreyas Iyer, first class record is very good. So what you're saying is, and he's had a very good run for 2 consecutive IPLs, if you want to count that as well. And they may say short. Oh, they've gone for lunch? Sorry, we can't answer the question. They've gone for lunch.
Anyway, I think we've kind of.
Are we done?
We're done.
No idea.
Any
They've all
any
run
more
away.
questions?
The
Any more
organizers
questions?
have all gone.
He just walked out because you mentioned Shreyas Iyer.
Oh, he's here. Kiruba's here.
Hi, Cyrus.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Sorry, there's some problem against the poor Iyer community. We just mentioned him and everybody just walked out. And I do not stand for this. I am an egalitarian Indian and I will fight for every tribe. So I'm most disgusted and I will give up alcohol, which I have given up 10 years ago.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Really,
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Sorry.
it.